Welcome back, students, in our this session, and this is your assignment number 5 of chapter 2, that is kingdom classification. Children, as I told you that the kingdom Animalia is classified into 10 categories. First, that is phylum Porifera. So today I am going to teach you about all these classifications, about all these different categories of the kingdom Animalia. So our first category is phylum Porifera. Now Porifera means that they are porous in their body, they are porous, they are having the pores, and the fair means to bear something. Now first one is they are exclusively aquatic in their habitat. Second point, same, they are exclusively aquatic in their habitat, mostly marine with few exceptions which are found in freshwater. Means these poriferas, they are mostly aquatic and they found in marine except the few ones which are found in the freshwater ponds. Second point is that they are sedentary. Sedentary means they attach to the substratum and lack locomotory organs, and they are lacking in their locomotory organs. Now the other one is number 3. The body bears a large number of pores called ostia. Through ostia, water enters the body cavity, and a large aperture called ossiculum is meant for removal of water. For examples, the examples of porifera are Cycon, Spongilla, Leucosolinia, and etc. Now we can see over here in these pictures, you can see the picture of Cycon. You can easily see the ossiculum in this. Now these ossiculum is responsible so that the water removal can easily takes place. Then there are the substratum. You can see the body that it is divided into the substratum, as well as they have the base, and the spicules also are there, the small pores which you can easily see. These pores are known as spicules. Now other example is Spongia. Spongia, you can see the ossicula are present in the form of small pores, and their body, you can see it is present in the form of substratum. They do not have any kind of locomotory organs. Now the third one is Spongilla. In this also you can see their body and the pores are also there. So these are some of the common poriferas examples. Now we see the second kind of category, that is phylum Colenterata. Now these Colenterata, they are basically the sac-like animals. They are sac-like animals having radially symmetrical body. They may be sedentary or free living in water. So they are special kind of like animals, and they are in the form of a sac, and they may be sedentary or they live freely in water. Now the other point for colenterate is that they mostly marine, but a few are freshwater species. This also are mostly marine water animals, but few of them are freshwater animals also. Throughout the body is present a continuous cavity called colenteron or gastrovesicular cavity. It communicates with outside through mouth only. Around the mouth are present finger-like structures, and these finger-like structures are called tentacles. Now the other point is they contain nematocyst. Nematocyst means stinging cells. For examples, the Hydra, Aurella, and Metridium, etc. Now we can see in the picture, see the picture of Hydra. You can easily see their mouth, and near to the mouth there are tentacles present. Then the other example is of Aurella. You can see easily the tentacles, and the site is known as arboreal site. Then the other example is of Metridium. In this also you can see the mouth in the center, and the tentacles are also present all over the mouth. So these are few examples of colenterate, and these colenterates, their body is in the form of a sac. You can see easily this thing. Now we see the third phylum, that is phylum Ctenophora. First point for it, they are exclusively marine in habitat, means they want to live only in marine. Second thing is that they are diploblastic, having tissue level organization. Then reproduction is sexual only, and fertilization is external. They have radial body symmetry and leg column. Examples of Ctenophora are: first is Leurobrachia, Ctenoplana and Colenoplana. Now first diagram you can see is Leurobrachia, then Ctenoplana, and the other one is Colenoplana. So these are the few common examples of Ctenophora. Now we see the fourth phylum, that is phylum Platyhelminthes, and in this group the flatworms, or the kind of worms, they come under this particular group. The first point is they are flattened dorsoventrally, forming a leaf-like or ribbon-like body having bilateral symmetry. So you can see that in these worms they have a bilateral symmetry, and they are flattened, their body is flat, and they are in the form of either in the leaf-like or in the form of ribbon. Now they are having organ system level of organization. Third point is they are echolomates, that is without any body cavity. They do not have any kind of cavity in their body. For example is Planaria, Fascicola hepatica, this is a liver fluke, and Taenia solium. These are the scientific name, and the Taenia solium is a kind of a tapeworm. Now you can see the pictures easily in this diagram. Easily you can see the liver fluke, that is Fascicola hepatica. Planaria you can easily see, and the other one is the tapeworm, that is Taenia solium. Now children, we see now the fifth phylum, that is phylum Nematoda. Now nema means thread and eidos means to form. First point is they are found in all types of habitat, that is in freshwater, seawater and soil. Second is they are bilaterally symmetrical, unsegmented and cylindrical in shape. Third point is alimentary canal is complete, that is opens at one end as mouth and at other end as anus. For example, Ascariasis and Wucheria. Now you can see the pictures of these Ascariasis. You can see one picture is of a male and the other picture is of a female, and easily you can see the parts in the picture: their mouth, their tail, the anus, and the female and the male part. Now the next phylum, number 6, is phylum Annelida. Now annulus means little ring and eidos means to form. First point is they may be marine, freshwater, terrestrial or parasitic in their habitat. So they can live anywhere, either in marine, either in freshwater, either in terrestrial, or it's a parasitic habitat. And they have bilateral symmetrical body. Now third point is body is metamerically segmented, that is divided into small segments externally by grooves called annuli and internally by vertical partitions called septa. So this in this phylum Annelidas, their bodies are segmented metamerically. Now examples of Annelidas are earthworm, nereis and leech. Now earthworm you can see in the diagram, and the nereis also is here and the leech is also here. So you can see that their body is segmented metamerically, and they have the parts which you can easily see in the diagram. Now with this this session is complete, and soon I upload the next assignment for you all.